What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, another day, another dollar with your boy. We're breaking down ES futures contract per usual. We're going to try to make this one a relatively quick video. Not a whole lot to discuss, just basically a big failure from the buyers. I mean, they could be happy with what they did, but pretty much a failure from their part on trying to make this inside day up, something profitable. They failed reaching Thursday's high at 94.25. However, they did take out 84. We are still in a very large balance using the low from the 18th at 45.25, and then using the high from the 19th at 46.09.25. So we're just chopping around inside of that range from 46.09 down to 45.25, just chopping around. Not a whole lot of action going on, which kind of causes what we have been experiencing the last 2 days, Friday and today, which are rotational, choppy days, making it very difficult to trade. And usually I try to sit out on these types of days and only take certain visual trades, and we'll discuss what trade I was taking today. We do take out Friday's high, fell in an upside day, inside day up, fell at it, create a Y point of control. So that's all we go out with today is a high, a low, and a Y point of control. However, we did trade down into the Y point of control from Friday and pretty much held it all evening. We also held the opening after C period. So another pretty positive thing for the buyers. They're trying to establish some type of movement towards the upside when it comes to value. So your next upside targets are going to be that 94.25 and then that 96.75, that 10Y point of control. And remember, where those points and controls are is where you tend to find is a magnet, kind of like it was today. And we kind of got stuck right around the 84.25 level. Not a lot of price action after that. So let's go ahead and get into what I took today as far as my trades go. I only took one trade, and that was in D period. So in A and in B period, that would establish our initial balance, right? So our balance was basically all of A's range. And then we finally took it out in D period. Now they were pushing up pretty decently in D period, but there was really no tempo. And we had already established a 3Y point of control at the time at 78.75. So and the way they were pushing above the previous day's high was kind of lackluster. There really wasn't any tempo, not much volume, just kind of struggling to get their feet underneath them as far as the buyers go. They did have one time framing up. They did have the overnight high. They did have the initial balance high. However, I felt like it was a fadeable event because of the fact that we just really weren't getting much extension. So I was looking to short around the 87 area, 85, 86 area, and then I was going to add up to B's high, which just happens to be exactly our high of day for today. So I would have been shorting on that push up in D period all the way up to B's high, and then would have gotten stopped out had we gotten a buck back above the previous day's high, which was, to me, not looking like it was very possible just from the lack of movement that we were having early on in the morning. So I took that short at 86 and 85 on all four accounts. Believe in total I had around 30 MES loaded up across four accounts. So, decent size for me. And then, let this thing, pretty much the target was to get back down near C's low or around 80, kind of back test previous day's value area. Kind of want to see us just rotate back to where point of control was at the time. I had a feeling the only way we would bring half back up, which at the time was right around the open, the only way we were going to bring that half back up is if we went trend and started establishing some more legs to the upside. So I felt like it was a pretty good opportunity to short and rotate back down. So I took the short here in D period right here. Go ahead and highlight that. Took the short there to let this thing rotate back into 80. And sure enough, it did. Shorty right there in D period. And I can kind of show you. So let me bring it up. But I can kind of show you where I took that short at early on. I can get to the right day. All right, here we are. So I was shorting right around here on the 1 minute chart. Maximize this up. So I was shorting right around here, and I was kind of looking for us to pull back to the 144 simple moving average as we normally do. I could see right here in this little bit of consolidation, we were starting to have some type of breakdown, not a lot of price action, not a lot of volume or movement to the upside, and you can kind of see that from just the candle formations here or the bar formations and just a lot of consolidation. So I felt like, all right, you know, we're not getting much movement. So I took my short, added in, and then this thing slowly began to leak down. And my target was that 144 simple moving average, which was a good area to get out at, which I took it off around 80. And then 79.50 was my ultimate target, and literally got the low on that candle. So as it came in, took that off, which was a good choice. And also a good opportunity for anybody to get long to rotate back up to the high here. So where I was getting out, you know, creating some type of demand, other people were buying in, which caused this market to move and rotate back up higher, which created another opportunity to short. So you could have been selling here, buying here, selling here, buying back at the 144 until it didn't really work anymore. So that was basically my trade there. The only trade that I did take. However, there were other opportunities in the day to rotate back down to that point of control. And it slowly got moved up to right where B's high is, or I's low, if you will, at 84. So each time we popped up, you could have faded a new high using that B's high or the previous day's high as your out. Yes, you would have been risking a decent amount. That's why you play smaller, let this thing rotate back in, just take the trades as they come to. So you could have taken the short at 88, rotate back into, which at the time, point of control was probably still right around E's low at 79. So could have taken the short there at 88, let this thing rotate in, take it off around 80, 81. Once again, comes up. Now point of control gets moved up a little bit more to B's high at 84. You take the short here at 90 to rotate back into 84. However, you would have definitely had to been cautious with that stop point up here, 94, and right at B's high at 92.50. But good opportunity to fade the extreme and rotate in. If you shorted at 92 or 90, you were sitting pretty as this thing just liquidated in the Three Stooges K, L, and M back on down towards value low and basically to the open. And if you did take that short, even after we stopped the one time frame in K, if you took the short right here at 87 to rotate back down and revisit the lows from 87 back down to 77, you know, 10 points. And you take what you can get on rotational days like this. Bell-shaped curve for the most part, just very choppy day, create a wide point of control right at basically where the previous day's high was at 84. So let's go ahead and mark our destinations, and then we'll go over our daily chart because nothing has, we'll go over the weekly and the daily, but nothing has changed on the monthly so far as we're coming into the end of the month. We do have earnings this week as well as the Fed's rate hike decision. So right here at the low, we got 68.75. So we'll go ahead and label that 68.75 low day. Today's date is the 24th. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now we want to identify where our point of control is. And like I said, I do have software that automatically kind of marks it for me. And then I just take the point that is closest to half back, which half back was right around 80.75. So 84 would be our Y point of control because you always take the closest point to half back. So we have 12 wide, almost a perfect point of control with J kind of being that outlier. I'm sure there were a lot of people that got caught buying up here, which caused that liquidation in K, L, and M. So just a big trap up there. You got to watch out for things like that, especially on rotational days. That's where knowing your competition and knowing where to be in the market and what to be doing in that market is very beneficial. So we got a 12 wide point of control, almost a perfect point of control. Will act as a very heavy magnet. And then we have today's high up here at 92.50. High of day, 92.50. And we'll mark the high of day today, 7/24. Oh, not 34. 24/23. All right, so now let's go over some scenarios. If we open up above the 12-wide point of control at 84 and we cannot take out the day's high at 92.50, or if we do, it can't really get much above 94.25 and even reach that 10-wide point of control at 96, you'll look to rotate back down to 84 even. If we open up below 84 and can't take out the day's low, or if we do and can't get much for it, you'll look to rotate back up to that 84 area, which would be a very choppy target for us. However, if we do start to get some legs up to 94 through 92 through 96, you'd have nothing until 46.0925, which is our balance high. And then at that point, you would want to watch for our rules when it comes to balance rules. You want to make sure that do we get near it and back off the first time, or do we get near it, pop through it a little bit, and then fail and rotate back down towards the bottom? Those are some scenarios you kind of have to work out and kind of just pay attention. Now let's go ahead and look at our larger time frame real quick and get you guys on your way. If you are enjoying the video, please leave a like down below. Comment something nice. All right, so far we're still one time framing up. So far, one time framing up. We are inside of last week's range. So zoom this in a little bit. So we're one time framing up, still inside of last week's range. Not much going on here. We're looking to take out last week's high, which would be that 46.0925, our balance area. If we take that out, you still got legs to the upside, which would be our target of 46.31, right? We want to see that target of March 2022 high. If we can get that, we start getting some more legs to the upside and even more bullish from that point forward. But with the Fed rate hike kind of looming in the air, we'll see what kind of consolidation we get out of this. Or does it become a catalyst to push us up or down? Who knows? But however, the market is still trying to go up, still one time framing up on the weekly. We'll see how we end the week come Friday. Now let's go ahead and look at our daily time frame. Daily, we are in a balance. Nothing's changed here. Still in a balance. And you can see that consolidation happening between that 46.0925 and then that 45.25 area. Just chopping around in here. Want to see us take out that 46.09 and get some clearance above that and start grinding up towards that 31 target, which we have on our March 2022 target. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, keep your hard hats on, as this week should still be a very tricky one. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.